Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have a very fun video. This is more of a passion video than anything because I am so excited for this that I wanted to make a video about it and talk to you guys about it and show you guys some things about it, and maybe you guys can also get excited for it as well if you're already a fan of the series. What I'm talking about is, of course, Friday the 13th, the game. I've been such a huge fan of the Friday the 13th series for the better half of my life. I've really enjoyed those movies. They're, of course, an old set of horror movies back from like the 80s. You know, it was just a really fun franchise. I loved watching them. I thought they were some of the best horror movies out there, and I just really love the series. I've seen every movie multiple times, but there's never really been a good Friday the 13th video game. As cool as the series was, as cool as it was watching the movies, there's never really been a Friday the 13th game. Not since 1989, as I'm looking at here. That was actually the last time that there was a Friday the 13th game that you could run around as Jason Voorhees, right? That's just something that has not existed for whatever reason over a long period of time, but now they're finally putting together a Friday the 13th game. It's being developed by Gun Media, and kind of full disclosure here at the very beginning of the video, I am in no way affiliated with Friday the 13th the game. I'm in no way affiliated with Gun Media or anything like that. This is just completely a passion video. I'm excited for the game. I want to talk to you guys about it and show you guys the trailer and show you guys some of the features and what they kind of hope to do with this game, and hopefully you guys can get excited for it as well if you're already a fan of the Friday the 13th series. Along with this Kickstarter, they've given us an official announcement trailer. Now I'm going to be showing you the trailer here in this video. What they're doing with this trailer is they're basically, it's kind of like a proof of concept trailer, really. They're showing you the world that they have built so far. It's kind of like a cinematic trailer. You are going to be able to see Jason and what he's going to look like in this game, and you can see, like, wow, this game actually is pretty beautiful. Looking at the camp and looking at the woods and looking at all the stuff in the environment, it looks like it's going to be a pretty awesome looking game, because the game itself is, they're targeting the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, as well as the PC. They're looking to come out on Steam as well, so that's pretty cool. They're going to be trying to make this a beautiful looking game. They're going to try and make it a very fun looking game, and above all, like, one of the reasons why they're doing this on Kickstarter rather than looking for a publisher is they're looking to have the most authentic Friday the 13th feel of any game that's ever actually come out, right? They want to stay as true to the Friday the 13th series. They want to stay as true to Jason Voorhees as humanly possible, and they don't want to be restricted or handcuffed in any way by a publisher, right? They want the game to have nudity in it, which may not be for everybody, but they want the game to have nudity in it because that's what happens in the Friday the 13th movies. They want some really crazy, over-the-top, gory kills in this game because that's what happens in the Friday the 13th series. They specifically say on the Kickstarter here is, yes, you get to play as Jason. Let's say that again. You get to play as Jason. You get to stalk camp counselors at Camp Crystal Lake and brutally kill them in new and inventive ways, as well as some ones that will seem all too familiar. Grab a counselor in a chokehold, pick them up off the ground, and smash their face into a tree repeatedly. Or how about lifting a counselor above your head as they kick and scream, holding them aloft long enough for you to walk near a rack of farm spikes and slam your victim down upon them. You can do all of this because that's what Jason does in the movies, and that's what they want to be able to do with this game. Now, how exactly they plan on, like, incorporating a lot of this stuff, I really don't know, because they did say they want nudity to be part of this game. Does that mean that the people are playing as the counselors can run around naked? Like, how is that going to work? I don't know. We're yet to learn too much about this game because this game is in pre-alpha right now. It is on Kickstarter. They're trying to fund it through Kickstarter without having to go through a publisher, so we're going to have to see more about that. But there is a ton of information and a ton of marketing material as well as media for you to check out over there on the Kickstarter page. For me personally, I have actually gone ahead and backed this because I've always wanted a Friday the 13th game. Like, literally the last time there was a Friday the 13th game that was actually made was in 1989. To kind of give you guys context as to how long ago 1989 was, which I guess I don't really need to do that, but I wasn't even born yet, right? I was not yet alive when the last time they put out a Friday the 13th game, right? So I'm definitely interested in a Friday the 13th game. I've seen all of the movies multiple times. I'm a big fan of the series. There's actually rumors there's going to be a new Friday the 13th movie coming out soon, and that would be awesome. I'm totally looking forward to that. But the idea of having a game like this where you get to play as Jason Voorhees, there's going to be a bunch of different camp counselors running around. They're all going to have their own specific rules, like the edgy guy, the jock, the girl next door, how you're going to be able to customize them, and they all are going to have their own specific abilities and traits, and Tommy Jarvis is going to be involved in some way. Like, all of it looks really really awesome to me. It all looks very, very interesting. What's kind of cool about this is this initially started as kind of a passion project for them over at Gun Media. They were originally making a game called like Summer Camp or Summer Camp Slasher or something along those lines. They actually had like a kind of like a little bit of a teaser for it out last year, and it was actually featured on IGN. Well, after that was featured on IGN, Sean Cunningham, who actually directed the original Friday the 13th movie as well as some of the ones that were later on in the series, actually came to them and they actually worked together to kind of acquire the rights to Friday the 13th. So originally this was going to be a Friday the 13th style game, but then they actually got the full-on rights to the franchise of Friday the 13th, so they're actually going to be making a full-on Friday the 13th game, which I think is pretty freaking awesome. So again, the whole point of this is I just want to say, hey, I'm really excited for this game. If you guys are also fans of the Friday the 13th series, then perhaps you may want to back this on Kickstarter. Now keep in mind, when you back something on Kickstarter, you are pledging money towards a game, and you are not guaranteed to get a return for that investment, right? If you guys never actually backed anything on Kickstarter before, which this is actually my first time backing on Kickstarter, but as a YouTuber, I'm very well aware of what Kickstarter is. Basically, you're throwing money at a dream. That's really the whole point of this. You're throwing money at a dream. There is no guarantee whatsoever that if you actually pledge money to this game, that it's actually going to come out and you are going to get a return on your investment. But as usual with Kickstarters, the more you pledge, the more things that you can actually get. So, for example, if you pledge, let's see, I went with the $75 one, which it gives you a physical copy of the game. So not only am I pledging this, but when this game actually comes out, which I do think it's going to come out because it already has a ton of people actually backing it. It's gotten a lot of promotion. It's actually working a lot with the official Friday the 13th series. It has a lot of people that worked within the Friday the 13th movie series as well, also helping with the game. So it looks as legit can be. And for $75, you actually get a physical copy of the game along with everything else that you can get underneath that, including digital wallpapers as well as beta access to PC, which I think could be pretty awesome, as well as a bunch of different stuff in there. And if you guys want to check out all of the different pledge rewards you can possibly get over on Kickstarter, feel free to click the link down there in the video description. It will take you over to the Friday the 13th The Game Kickstarter page, and you guys can read through all of the information and watch all the videos and see all the pictures for yourselves. And again, I said at the very beginning of the video, it sounds like I'm being like sponsored by these guys, like they're actually paying me to say all this stuff, but no, they're not. I'm in no way affiliated with any of these guys. I literally woke up today and I saw a post on Twitter by VG247 talking about a Friday the 13th game, and I clicked it. I'm like, wait, what? This is a thing? I started reading about it, and I went over to the Kickstarter page, and I was just so excited that I wanted to make a video about it for you guys here today, and hopefully you guys all enjoyed the video, which I think, and now that like we kind of like talked a lot about the game, one of the reasons why I think this game could be super successful is the concept of it, right? You look at the idea of like a 1v7 Jason Voorhees running around, and you're at the Camp Crystal Lake, and you know there's the camp counselors who will have a way to actually live. Like if you read enough into the Kickstarter and you learn more about the game, we don't have any actual gameplay to watch yet, but it is possible for the camp counselors to actually win. That's kind of the whole part of this. Like Jason is not always going to win. The camp counselors work together, or if specific camp counselors are very smart or good players, they can actually win. They can actually defeat Jason, but it's going to be very hard, similar to the movie. And that kind of like at the end of every single game, they're going to kind of like have like a little movie cutscenes of like all the kills and stuff like that. And it's going to be cool. Like every single game, you're going to be making your own movie, but it is going to be entirely possible for the survivors to actually win. It's going to be kind of like hide and seek. It's going to be actually like Michael Myers that we play in Call of Duty, right? Have you guys played Michael Myers in Call of Duty as of late? So for those of you guys that have never played it, Michael Myers is a custom game mode that people play in Call of Duty. Now, it is in no way like actually affiliated with Call of Duty. It's just kind of a private match game that people have been playing since like Call of Duty 4. So like the premise of Michael Myers is you go to a private match, you have everybody be on one team, then one person on the other team, and the person on the one team is generally going to be Michael Myers. Now, Michael Myers is going to just run around the map, and he's going to be trying to melee all the people on the other team. The other team, their goal is to just hide from Michael Myers and try to survive out a time limit, right? That's the whole point of it. It's basically like hide and seek. If Michael Myers finds you, he has to chase you down and try to melee you and knife you to kill you. You only have one life, so you'll be in spectator mode if you end up dying. So that's kind of the whole point of Michael Myers. It's something that people have been playing for years now. Like I know a lot of you guys have been playing Michael Myers in private matches. When I do open lobbies, we attempt to play Michael Myers as well. But for whatever reason, like some of the newer Call of Duties, they limit the number of people you can have on one team in private matches for some reason. Therefore, if I want to have like 18 people in a lobby and have one Michael Myers versus 17 survivors, you know, we can't really do that because you can't have 17 people on one side But it's a fun game mode that people like to play, and this looks like to be like the ultimate version of that. It's going to be Jason Voorhees. It's going to be in Camp Crystal Lake. The counselors, the people that are surviving, they are going to be out there hiding. They are going to be setting up traps. They're going to be doing things like that. Jason is going to be constantly stalking them. There's going to be a fear thing that you're going to have to, like, I don't know, they didn't really describe it too well, but there's going to be like this fear factor, I suppose, that the counselors are going to have to deal with, and that they need to keep their fear in check. Otherwise, they may start seeing visions and stuff like that of Jason, when Jason may not actually be there. Like, it appears it's gonna be a pretty freaking scary game if you're playing as the counselors. And of course, as Jason, you're gonna have all the fun of stalking around through the woods and whatnot. It looks like it's gonna be very, very fun. It looks like it's gonna be Evolve. Perhaps it has some of the same problems that Evolve had, and that there's not a ton of replayability. But regardless, it looks like a very, very fun game to me. And it's of course going to have its own beta, and it looks like it's gonna be so much fun. And keep in mind, the Kickstarter has been out for only a couple hours now. And right now they have over 1,100 backers, and they actually have $70,000. Just about, nope, they just went up to $71,000 backed right now. So that's pretty cool. They have a pledge goal of 700,000, and yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a cool game. I personally backed it, but do your research. Go to the Kickstarter page, read up on it. It does look like a likely game to actually come out, but keep in mind, when it comes to Kickstarter, you're never really guaranteed anything. That's one of the reasons why, like, after the big Kickstarter boom, where people kickstarted everything back in the day, like, a lot of people are a lot more skeptical, because there's been a lot of like projects out there that were like, yeah, we're not actually going to go ahead and do this, you know, we're just going to take all the money, like, oops, we ran out of money, we couldn't actually, you know, fund the game the way we wanted it, or the game comes out and it's not like they promised. That's entirely possible with Kickstarter, so I just want to make you guys completely aware of that. But to me, it looks like a very fun game. I am super excited for it. I'm throwing money at a dream right now that this game is going to come out and be everything I hoped it would be, because I've always wanted a Friday the 13th game. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing about Jason Voorhees and the Friday the 13th game, and how awesome this game could potentially be. Especially if you're a fan of playing Michael Myers in Call of Duty. Like, it's going to be like that, but like the ultimate version of that. So it just sounds like it'd be pretty cool. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this game. Do you think it looks cool? Because to me, it looks very, very fun, and I'm definitely excited for it, obviously, because I made like an entire video saying, guys, look at this, oh my god, just look at it. You know, so hopefully you guys all enjoyed the video. Remember to leave a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.